everyone. Happy Monday. As promised, every Monday morning, I'm going to be posting an inspirational story. And today's story is called The King and the Beggar Man. And I hope you like it as much as I did. Ready? Let's do it. Once upon a time, a country was ruled by a king who had no sons to succeed him to the throne. Since the king was getting old, he wanted to select a suitable ruler for his country. So the king sent out notices throughout his whole kingdom. He invited every qualified man to come for an interview. The outcome of the interview will decide the possible successor to the throne. The only qualification for the candidate was that they should have great love in their heart for their fellow human beings. Every young man across the country was excited about the prospect of being the new ruler. A poor young man from a remote village also read the notice and wanted to go to interview with the king. But this young man was so poor that he didn't even have proper clothing to look presentable in the sight of a king. So he worked really hard to save up to buy himself some new clothing and some supplies to carry him through a long journey to the palace. After he got some supplies and proper attire for the interview, he set out on his quest. He traveled for many, many days, and when he was almost at the end of his journey, he came upon a beggar on the side of the road. The poor beggar sat trembling in the cold, just dressed with some old rags. "I'm hungry and I'm cold. Please help me, sir." The young man was so moved by the horrible conditions of the beggar that he didn't even think about it. He immediately stripped off his clothes and gave it to him. He also provided him with his very limited food that he would need to carry him on his journey home. So the beggar thanked the young man 1,000 times. But because this young man had given his new clothing to the beggar, he was hesitant about going to the interview with the king. But he finally got enough courage to enter the palace wearing his old dirty clothing. When he got into the palace, he was introduced to the throne room where he was going to interview with the king. The young man bowed low as the king entered the room, and as he raised his eyes, he was gasping in astonishment that the king looked exactly like the beggar on the road. The king noticed the shock in the young man's eyes and said, "Yes, I was the beggar that you helped on the road." "But why? Why did you dress as a beggar when you are a king? Why would you do that?" "Because I had to be sure that you had a good heart and that you genuinely love your fellow human beings," said the king. "I knew that if I came to you as a king, you will try to impress me. But that way, I would never have known what was truly in your heart. The generosity that you showed for a stranger in need is a sign of a great heart. Looking at your love and generosity and the compassion you showed for this beggar tells me that you truly love your fellow human beings. This country needs a ruler that's going to work and care for his fellow citizens, and not just one that will cater to the throne. Through your actions, you have proven to me that you are the right person to succeed me in my throne," said the king. A heart filled with compassion and love for our fellow human beings is the greatest love you can give the world. You see, the story says that a king may have all the glamour and richness, all the power and mighty, but if his heart is empty and he doesn't care for anyone other than himself, then his kingdom will be worthless compared to the rich heart of a beggar man. I find this story so powerful because it gives us a call to action. It tells us that we need to be kind and that we need to be of service to others in whatever capacity that we can. So I hope that today being Monday, that this story serves you as your compass for the rest of the week. Because when you can do something kind for someone else without expecting anything in return, the universe will reward you in unimaginable ways. So let this be a great lesson and go out there for this whole week That will be your theme. How can you be kind? How can you do or say something to someone else? And then I would love to hear your stories. You can come back to this video and just tell me how it went and how you felt. Again, I wish you a great start of the week. Be safe, be kind, and be grateful. And thank you for watching.